Hello and welcome to C-Train Station. I'm C-Train, this is the station. It's so nice to have you here. Oh my gosh, Dubs fans, Warriors fans, Dub Nation, where are you at? Let's talk some Warriors news, a little bit of Warriors news actually. So, ex-NBA official Bill Spooner, did you hear about this? Ex-NBA Bill Spooner told The Athletic he called Chris Paul, CP3 of the Warriors, one of the biggest a-holes. And also, he said, in 32 years, Rasheed Wallace, he said, nothing like CP3. Okay. This is Bill Spooner coming out and saying it, that like he's never seen anything like CP3, that he's the worst, that he is by far the worst. Okay. Also, we know this season, which was CP3's first on the Warriors, there was like a big feud. Something happened. I believe that Scott Foster, did he throw out Chris Paul this year? Something happened. I believe that he threw out, that Scott Foster threw out CP3. But anyways, there's this feud between Scott Foster, a current NBA official, and Chris Paul. A feud that Foster said, check this out, Foster said that like the NBA helped mediate this feud. And I believe that CP3 said that like his son was involved. Okay. None of this is good at all. And it is, it could be detrimental to the Warriors as a team. That, I'm just going to say it could be incredibly detrimental to the Golden State Warriors if NBA officials see CP3 as an a-hole, right? And then, though, okay, if he's on the Warriors, it's not great overall. And while Chris Paul and Scott Foster have a feud, Draymond is actually a fan of Scott Foster. So there's like this conflict of interest that's going on as well. It's like really, it's not like Draymond doesn't like Scott Foster and Steph doesn't like Scott Foster. I think that's the only referee that Steph has ever mentioned was Merritt Kogut off of that Minnesota Timberwolves, I believe, like 4 or 5 years ago now. Durant was on the team, so a long time ago. Okay. This should send big time warning signs to Dub Nation and more so the Warriors organization. I get it. Chris Paul's a legend. He is a Hall of Famer. He is one of my top point guards of all time by far. I love CP3, man. CP3 is amazing. Ever since freaking Wake Forest, man, okay? Like, he dunked over Dwight Howard when he was with the Hornets, I believe, and Dwight Howard was with the Magic. Check that out. CP3 dunks on Dwight Howard. YouTube that. It's from another time, and I think that you'll love it. But while I say this, Chris Paul holds a vital slot, maybe the most vital slot. He holds a $30 million salary slot. It's an option that the Warriors have. And I'm telling you right now, the Warriors have to use that slot on somebody. They need to sign and trade CP3 to, a team maybe of CP3's choice. How about that? Maybe just the Warriors need to get value out of that contract. However, I'm not talking about the value of the contract right now. That will come actually in a couple videos. I'm going to talk about why the Warriors should definitely invest in Steph Curry and rosters that Steph Curry's on while he's with the Warriors. Like, heavily invest, and that will come in a couple videos. So that's something for you to subscribe to, right? Subscribe to C-Train Station. You can check that out. But right now, we're talking about CP3 and this news that Bill Spooner, that he essentially like really dislikes CP3. Doesn't think CP3 is a good dude. Thinks it's sort of like fabricated. Okay, how about some stats? Dub Nation, have I not convinced you yet? Okay, how about some statistics? When the Warriors needed CP3 the most, when everything was on the line. And by the way, I would tell this to CP3's face because what I'm about to say are statistics. They're just facts. I don't know what else to tell you. When it mattered, in the play-in game against the Sacramento Kings, not really a rival, but like a NorCal rival thing because it's NorCal. You know what I mean? Anyways, is it still okay to say NorCal? It sounds a little weird. Anyways, okay. CP3 in that play-in game. Ready for this? His stats? 3 points, 2 assists. His plus-minus was -15. 3 points, 2 assists, a plus-minus of -15. Okay. Got it. So, he negatively impacted the Warriors when the Warriors needed it the most. He has an incredibly valuable, especially if the Warriors are just going to keep on going over the aprons or whatever, then that CP3 slot, that sign and trade, is incredibly valuable to the Warriors. More valuable. The investment to Steph is worth every penny. And I will talk about that in another video. But the investment of the slot, the Warriors most definitely need to use that CP3 slot. And no offense, but Chris Paul, I think he can definitely help another team. But I think Brandon Podziemski needs to get the keys to the ball handling car or whatever. He needs to be handed the reins of some ball handling responsibilities for sure. And I think Podziemski has done that last year. I think he can continue to do that. And I don't think there's any drop off. And also I think that there is moving forward, Podziemski is better on the Warriors handling the ball than CP3 is handling the ball. Okay. So, it stinks that, okay. Basketball is a sport and a game, right? I think we can all agree on that, right, Dub Nation? Basketball is a sport and a game. The NBA, the National Basketball Association, is a business. The NBA is a business. One more time. The NBA is a business. The officials come from the NBA. Okay, it's just a fact. I'm not necessarily going too many places with that, but we just need to be knowledgeable, right? That it's not like these officials have no power. These officials that dislike CP3 have no power, right? They have tons of power and are backed by the organization that the Warriors are part of, and CP3 is a member right now, sort of still, of the Warriors. So, this reputation, I think that maybe on another team would be okay, but on a team with Draymond Green, when executives like Joe Dumars say that certain Warriors will be punished more because of a track record, it's going to be more difficult to have CP3 on the team because of, obviously, as a track record. I mean, they literally needed, oh my gosh, they needed to get he had meetings with the NBA, CP3, and Scott Foster. There were meetings, you know what I mean? There were mediated meetings. There's mediation between those three. So there's definitely an issue, and the Warriors don't have time for it. They have time for CP3's contract slot, but they don't have time for it. Real quick, I'm just gonna say this. Okay, does this actually matter? Does it really get? Yes, it does. It does. Refs, officials are human beings. They are, I'm sure, they try really hard, but at the very end, they are human beings. And whether or not you definitely don't want to be on any ref's bad side, pretty much. So yeah, I definitely think that it does matter. And if it didn't matter, why did the NBA mediate or feel the need to mediate between CP3, Scott Foster, and like I believe his son. Oof, not the best. But as I go, I do have to say this. CP3, thank Chris Paul, thank you so much. Hey, you could be a Warrior next year. Who knows? Who knows? You could be a Warrior next year. But if not, thank you so much for your contributions to the Warriors. I'm sure that players like Brandon Pajensky learned so much from you. This is gonna like you provided just amazing energy, and you gave the effort. Yet had like a bad luck handbrake, right, on the Warriors. But like overall, thank you very much. And defending CP3 a little bit, I am about the size as CP3 is Chris Paul is listed at on ESPN. Dude. Oh, yeah. Also, I'm like the same age pretty much. Okay. There's like no... I like get tired watching the NBA like on television. One more time. Like I literally get tired watching like television. Just that, okay? Let alone playing in the games. For somebody who's like 6 feet tall and older to be running and gunning still is tough. And for somebody to be in the league for like, how long's been in the league? 300-400 years? No, but like seriously upwards of 20 years, okay? Like that is absolutely amazing, and you don't get there without scrapping. That's what my bottom line is. So like to CP3's defense, it's like, I think the same things were said about Isaiah Thomas, right? Like, you have to be scrappy as all heck if you are a small man in a big man's game, okay? You have to be scrappy. So that's the CP3's defense. CP3, thank you for your contribution to the Warriors. And also, I hope that the Warriors can get you to a good team. If not, yeah, maybe on the Warriors again, but a good team, and I hope that the Warriors can utilize that slot. That slot matters so much. And Warriors fans are like, wait, that $30 million slot being compounding onto taxes for Joe Lacob to pay is going to be something like, it could be like $90 million. It end up, that's nothing. That's nothing. I'll tell you at the next video why that's absolutely nothing. Doesn't matter. Insignificant. Drops in the sea of money and infrastructure that is the Golden State Warriors organization. All right. So, just that little bit of news came out. I thought I would tell you. Talk about it, Dub Nation. Till next time, C-Train is out.